Martial arts, how's it going? In case you don't know, I'm on a channel here on YouTube that focuses mainly on old style traditional martial arts and conditioning training, endurance and toughness training and stuff like that. Alright, so every year we have a theme, or for a few months of the year, and this year we got some Sensei Emmett here. Hello sir. So yeah, every year we have a theme. And this year's beginning theme for the year is going to be training like the internal aspect of things, internal kung fu or internal martial arts or whatever you want to mean. But don't be mistaken, all the internal stuff is still physical movement and actual exercise and this and that and the next thing. So we'll be going through that. So today I'm going to show so the main thing about Qigong and stuff like that is that you need to know, if you don't know anything about it, is it's all about alignment, posture, setting the body. It's a bit like yoga, yeah? So that's the best way you should think about it, is Qigong is a bit like yoga. So today I'm going to show a way to set your body. I'm going to use the wall, so that, because the biggest question people ask is like, how do I stand, how do I set my body? So I'm going to show you that with the wall, and then we're going to show you like a real nice set that I use for Qigong. That's just great set for everything. So yeah, we'll get the exercises going. Hopefully you guys can hear the sound and stuff with this. And it's going to be like a live training, so not just me talking. So anyway, let's start it. So to recap, I'm going to show you two methods or a couple of methods, but the first principal method will be using a wall to set the spine, set the back, and the second one will be like a wider one. So we'll give that a try. We'll give people a chance to join in and stuff as well. And if you wonder why I'm wearing this, I thought I'd give you guys a break from me always not having a shirt on. You know, tuning into this like shirtless guy like waving around. All right. So okay, we'll go for the first method. We'll go for the first method, the Qigong standing posture. Yeah. Now this is for health, skeletal alignment, but it's a physical thing. Yeah. So it's not me and you standing here dreaming about chi energies, or not in my understanding. So what you're going to do first off is this is great for like beginners, but it's great for everyone. So you're going to find yourself a wall, okay, and you'll see how this works now. You're going to stand against the wall, and what you're going to do is you're going to tilt your hips here. So you see, so you're going to tilt your hips and you're going to flatten your back against the wall, yeah, and then you're going to walk your feet out a bit, yeah, and you're going to place the back of your head against the wall. And you're gonna now check with your hands. Yeah, you see, I told you Qigong is actual physical exercise. Let me know if you guys can hear all right. Got a new mic set up. Hopefully the camera's all right. Okay, so you're going to check your hips. That one isn't twisted like slightly off the wall. You might your feet are just maybe. Bring them forward from the wall a bit, so don't have your feet right against the wall, just bring them like maybe 6 or 7 inches or 15 centimeters away from the wall, you know, just a little gap, you know, maybe 2 fists gap behind your leg or whatever you want, not too far. We're not doing wall sits, just walk your feet comfortably forward. Yes, there's a space that you could fall into if you needed to. All right. So this is the beginning of the Qigong, where we try and find out what's wrong, if there's something wrong with our body. If we've got like twists and stuff like this, and our shoulders not touching, we can go into how we can correct those. But you'll see the chances are when you do this first, you'll put yourself against the wall. You'll flatten your hips. Yeah, so you can hit on them to make sure that they're flat against the wall. If one knocks, it means it's not flat. So check that your hips are flat, check that your shoulders are flat against the wall, and then put the back of your head against the wall and tuck your chin. Yeah, and raise your arms out here like this, hands out. Now, just sink down a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, and now what you should want to do is, like there's a piece of rope on the top of your head, tuck your chin. Imagine like something's pulling your spine up from the top. but then relax your legs down so that the lower part of you is pulling down. Yeah, so you're getting this separation in the spine. You're getting this relaxation in the spine. Yeah. Now this is the power of Qigong, because you see, how many people stand there, and they're like stand there and they're doing the Qigong. But if you don't stand in the correct posture, so once you know this, then you do it when you're standing normally. Yeah, you see, this is why I end up having no show, because you have to show people the way the muscles work. But if you just stand like this, it's nothing. Yeah, but you set the hips. Yeah, see, you set the hips. I'll put this back on, I promise. Yeah, you don't just stand like this, you know. Yeah, this is this like holding the cauldron posture, Qigong posture. But this is the whole point. Yeah, you set the hips like this. You flatten that spine. You've got that internal breathing going on. You tuck the chin. The head raises, so the spine's being drawn out and the sacrum's being tucked. And this creates like the energy. This creates like the good breathing pathway. All right. So I'll chuck this back on. All right. So again, here we go. So hips, feet maybe 15 centimeters away from the wall, the heel. Yeah. Hips tucked against the wall. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. The standing Qigong is something that obviously you do. But this is a way to know if you're doing the posture right. Yeah. So you check that your hips are flat against the wall. Yeah, and your back is pressed. So the muscles of your back are pressed into the wall. Yeah, and you sink a bit with your legs. Yeah. Your shoulders are on against the wall. Don't make sure one's not rolled forward. Your hands are out like this comfortably here. The fingers are splayed. Imagine like there's balloons under your armpits. Yeah, or like you're holding like a big cauldron or a pot, yeah? And then tuck your chin and the back of your head touches the wall and you sink down, yeah? And now, first what you focus on is your areas of tension, yeah? So, feel those areas of tension. Where's the tension? Is it through your upper back? Yeah, I know I've got a lot of tension there through my upper back and neck. I can feel the muscles straining. And also whilst you're doing this, you're pushing your feet into the floor, but you're not doing it crazily. You're just allowing that weight to sink into the floor. Yeah? Yeah? You can readjust. Yeah? Now the mouth is closed, just not closed tight, and the tongue's on the roof of the mouth. That's called the microcosmic orbit, yeah, in the theology of the Chinese martial arts. Yeah, and you just breathe, for now, just focus on breathing just normally, in through the nose, out through the nose. Controlled breathes. Deep breaths into the stomach, yeah, and out, and just imagine like a circle, yeah, like a circle. But you don't have to go around imagining too much, because at the moment you're holding this cauldron and you're focusing on what your body skeletal mechanics are doing. So the chin is tucked, the head feels like it's got a rope pulling it up, and the legs are pulling down, the feet are pressing into the floor. And when you first start out, you probably feel nothing in the floor, yeah? But then after a few minutes of standing in this posture, or after a little bit of standing in this posture, you'll see there'll be like dents, obviously in the carpet or something, or padding. If you're on a wooden floor, there won't be dents. And this is also how you develop your rooting, yeah, your martial arts rooting. Yeah, this is key for lots of martial arts, Wing Chun, Karate, the Okinawan styles, even like judo and the wrestling styles. Getting this hip tuck and the rooting is great for the martial artist. Yeah. So hopefully hopefully when you're doing that now, you'll feel what your imbalances are. And I'll give you some time now. I don't know if you're buy a wall or something or whatever to have a little go. And yeah, give you some time to have a little go, and hopefully you'll feel what your imbalances are. So we'll recap it again. This is a Qigong health exercise, but it's a physical exercise. We're going to be adjusting the skeleton and aligning it nicely. It's actually one of first of quite a few standing postures. But if you don't stand in them correctly, you will not reap the benefits of the posture. Yeah. So again, I'll go through it again because I know people are joining and leaving. So you find a wall. Yeah. Your feet are about 15 centimeters or whatever away from the wall, 12 inches, whatever you want it to be, but not super far like a wall sit. And the closer you are to the wall, probably the more difficult you'll find this exercise. So yeah, maybe 15, 20 centimeters away from the wall. All right. And then I just want you to relax your arms down, sink down, and press the base of your back into the wall, as if you're trying to push all the air out. Yeah, that's important because that's tucking your sacrum. Yeah. Now next bit is the base of your spine and sacrum will be against the wall, and obviously your knees bend a bit, and your feet just sink into the ground. Yeah. So this will start developing a nice kind of breathing. So you relax like this. Now you unroll the rest of your back onto the wall and you put your shoulders against the wall. Yeah, so your shoulders are straight against the wall. Your head also is aiming to the back of your head to touch the wall, but you want to tuck your chin. So you don't want to bend your head back like this, that's no good. You want to tuck your chin, and you want to imagine like there's a rope on the top, very top of your head pulling up. So it's pulling the spine. So the legs are pulling down, and the head's pulling up. And even now you should probably feel a tension through your back and neck in your intercostal breathing muscles. Yeah, but that's not the end of this thing, because it's the holding the cauldron posture. So in order to find your shoulders better, you bring your hands out like so. Yeah, as if there's balloons under your arms, and you're holding a big cauldron, pulling it towards you. Yeah, and that'll flare out your shoulder blades, and now you should have against the wall, you should have 5 nice points of contact that you can feel. Yeah, so you've got the two hip bones against the wall. You've got the 2 shoulder blades against the wall, and you're checking that they're equal. And there's, everything's touching equally. You've got the back of the head, yeah, touching the wall. Again, try not to bend your head back like this. If the back of your head just can't touch the wall, then that's okay. Just focus on the chin being tucked and the head being lifted. Yeah. And then the other point of contact is obviously your feet with the ground. Yeah, make sure your knees just push out a bit and you sink it into the ground, and you're twisting out a little bit. Yeah, like you're trying to screw drive something into the floor. Yeah, you see this in diagrams in like Chinese books with twizzles going into the floor. Now this is the thing. You can imagine as much breathing and chi and whatever and energy as you want, but this is still a physical posture. It's not difficult to hold, but when you hold it with this discipline, yeah, and everything checked and anything in line, and you just breathe through it, tongue on the roof of the mouth, breathe in through the nose, out through the nose, just natural breathing. You breathe through it, yeah, you'll start to. You feel where your tension is in your body. Oh, someone's giving me a thanks up, thanks a lot. I think someone gave a thumbs up and then took it away. That was mean. So yeah, so you breathe through it, you feel where the tension is. Yeah, and with breathing, and you can also breathe out your mouth as well if there's a strong point of tension, let it out. So with that, you should get a fair understanding now of like how's my alignment. Now that'll check your alignment of your whole posture. Yeah. So if you walk and you stoop like this, or you have any kind of strange posture things, this simple exercise will sort it out for you. Because now when you're walking around, because it can be a constant meditation. Because now when you're walking around. And that's why you see the Shaolin monks are like so upright, because it's like this, they're very flexible and they've stretched and stuff. But once you know this alignment, your body just wants to have it all the time. It sets your breathing. It's powerful alignment. You know, it's a chest out, but not forced out. It's powerful alignment, yeah? It sets the base for all Qigong, all internal energy work. But the good thing is, what I want to say is, it's not imaginary. You know, I've seen so many Qigong and martial arts and whatever things with these standing Tai Chi postures where, I mean, inadvertently people are doing the right thing, but people just stand in the postures and they move around. Yeah, which is good. You'll get some, and maybe there's a few rules that they try and follow. You know, everyone knows that usually knows you tuck the chin and you make the rope on the top of the head. And you can try and raise the head off the shoulders, sort of thing. But if you know all of these points, you know, then even in your normal standing, you know, you make sure your chin's tucked, like there's a rope pulling the head. You know, you keep that good alignment. Yeah. So that's what we want you to do. So from that exercise, you should have seen, oh, okay, what are my problems? It's a bit like physiotherapy or chiro. You know, you're checking what your own problems is. That's also what part of Qigong is. You know, because you know, traditionally you might not have had someone you know, who could have helped you out with all these things. You had to know your own skeleton. You had to sort of physio your own body, and you can be damn sure that if you have like a shoulder problem, you've got stiffness there, you do this method and you'll feel it. You'll feel the stiffness there, and then you can start to breathe through it and move through it and use other things to make it good. So yeah, hopefully that posture, oh yeah, cool, we've got 2 thumbs up, thank you guys. Hopefully this will now help. So I'll recap it one more time. I'll just pop this here quick. I've put this on because probably everyone's so tired of me always with no shirt on. But important points: feet 15-20 centimeters away from the wall. I don't know if you guys can see my feet. Toes facing forward, more or less. Lean back against the wall, relax. See, already that's wrong. So sink the legs and suck see there, suck the back of the, what do you call it, your back into the wall. Yeah. You see, you'll even see if you've got slight twists like this. Yeah. Okay. So sink that down like this a little bit. Yeah. All right. Then unroll the rest of the back so that the shoulders touch the wall. The back of the head, tuck the chin like there's a rope on top of the head, pull up, arms come out, yeah, yeah. So you're holding the cauldron posture, balloons as if you've got balloons under your armpits, yeah, fingers are out like this, yeah, just relax, yeah. And then you just stand in this posture. Tongue on the roof of your mouth, and you breathe in the nose, out the nose. I can go a bit higher here. And you focus on the pressure in the wall that you can push against your shoulders and your hips. Tuck the chin. Focus on lifting the neck and the head off the shoulder, as if there's that rope like pulling, and focus on letting the legs relax. Now if the tension gets too much, just relax it down a bit, ease off. Take a few relaxing breaths, and then do that for 30 seconds, a minute, a couple of minutes, whatever you want to do it for. It depends. You shouldn't really get any pain in your legs or anything like that, but do that position. Yeah, check the hips. Main points: feet 15 centimeters away from the wall, or so, what's comfortable for you, not too far away from the wall. First off, compress the back into the wall, and then check that the hips, yeah, are not one hip's not more forward than the other. This will be your first indication if you've got some kind of problem. Yeah, raise the shoulders like this, Shoulder blades dig into the wall as well, and they should be equal. Tuck the neck, raise the neck, sink the knees, press the feet into the ground, twist them out a little. Back of the head goes against the wall if you can get it there. Don't lean it back like this. Keep that chin tucked. Keep that posture good. Like there's balloons on your arms, as if you're holding a cauldron. You can even reach more forward if you want. And as funny as this looks, you hold that position, you breathe through it, yeah. In through the nose, out through the nose, and just observe your breaths, yeah. And keep that hips tucked, pulled down. So this is going that way. The top half, chin tucked, as if someone's pulling your hair up with a string, yeah. And this hands out here like this, yeah, as if there's balloons under your armpits. And then if you want to, as you breathe, you can like pull in as if you're kind of squeezing the pot. It's holding the urn posture, as if you're holding a pot or urn. Pull it, yeah, or hugging a big fat tree, yeah. And you're just setting your spine, yeah. Now it's interesting because there is, in the 72 Secret Arts of Shaolin, there is a method where it's called ringing around a tree, where you find a tree and you literally hug the tree and you pull it in and you squeeze it with your legs, and you literally, like, yeah, it's to develop your body and your static tension, elastic tension, in you know, just for wrestling basically. But it's just a really simple method. You press up off the ground, you grip the tree, you grip it with your knees. You can do a similar thing with the boxing bags. Like I've got my little grapple bag. You can do a similar thing with the grapple bag, where you lift the grapple bag, you just hold it in the same way, yeah, and you just squeeze it in between your legs and you crush it with your body, you pull it into you, yeah, and it just trains those sort of muscles. But of course the grapple bag is soft, so it's not going to give you the same benefits as a tree. But why am I talking about that? Because it's the same stance, it's the same posture, it's the same alignment. So if you're having trouble understanding the alignment, imagine like you're hugging like a big tree, yeah, and you know the straightness of it, how it would make your body. Or some people's like you're grabbing an urn or something, yeah. So hopefully that exercise will set you what's wrong, what's not wrong, and stuff like that. And that, we'll go into something else now, but that's the theme, as I've been saying, the theme for this year is Qigong, internal health, internal Kung Fu, with fasting and stuff like that. But again, like I like to show on my channel, this internal Kung Fu, it's not internal. It is, but it's only internal in that you're training like internal muscles. You're focusing on joint alignment and stuff like this. It's before any energy and magic. You see how many things we got to deal with. Yeah, we just, it's like yoga, okay. And then you can think about energies and this and that once you've got your body sorted out. Yeah. But before all people, there's so many people, they waste their time with energies and magic, and you see that their movements, like the people they do Qigong movements, you know, and they're like, you can see that they're like, well, there's no understanding, yeah, or they're just doing what their teacher's showing them, and they may be getting like 30, 40, 50% benefit, 60% maybe or whatever, but they're not getting the full benefit because they just don't understand, like, or they don't know, like, when I do this motion, I should be engaging this kind of muscle, this range of motion, you know, this is to like stretch the shoulder and, you know, that sort of thing. Anyway, we've got some, I'll do some comments and then we'll go on to the next bit. Oh, Brian Queen. Hey pal, you look great. Question, does this affect weight? When I was young, I used to power lift and all that, and it took me many years to take all that bulk off. Oh yeah, I mean, standing postures can be harder than they look, but yeah, I don't know. Qigong, I guess if your body's working a bit better, it should help you shed those pounds and stuff, and the standing postures are actually a lot harder, especially the ones we're going to go on to now, the standing stress postures. So those are good, Brian. So yeah, so we'll go into those, but yeah, okay, so hopefully that exercise we showed you there, that gives you guys like a base. I know you probably have it, but it gives you guys a base. Or if you do standing meditations, the standing meditations and the static posture Qigong, I like static posture Qigong, then next time you do it, you're thinking about all these things, which I'm sure you are, or at least I'm reminding you to think about all these things. Yeah, because a lot of the times, sometimes we know it, and then we train it, and then we forget, oh yeah, we got to remember this. Yeah, so hopefully that helped you guys there. The theme of the year. What else have we got? Alright. Yeah, thumbs up, thank you very much. Okay, so we'll just give it a few seconds. I don't know if people are coming and going, but if people are watching, if they want to take some time to give that a try against the wall, set themselves against the wall. I don't know if whoever's watching might have been gone now. But if you're newly joined in and you just don't know what we were even talking about, just tell me down here, and I'll try and recap it again. I'll give you a few seconds, or a few 30 seconds or whatever for the feed to catch up. Yeah, sorry, it's a bit dusty. This is not an ideal room for doing any kind of Qigong in. You know, it should be in a nice ventilated room, you know, fresh air. Anyway, won't go on with it for too long. In fact, I'm gonna air this one out a bit. Get some bloody fresh air in this room. This is the fresh air Qigong. Get that stale air out. Get out. Alright, and then we'll go on to the next one, guys. Here we go. That ought to do it. Alright. Yeah, so like I said, static posture Qigong is so easy. It's so beneficial as well. Okay, so actually I'll check if there are any comments come up. Alright, so if you're just doing the other posture that we did against the wall with your hips set and your arms, and you're pressing the shoulders against the wall, you're pressing the hips against the wall, and you've noticed that there's some problems, like, I can't get that left hip of mine back, you know, so my alignment, or you might have shoulder injury or something, or you've got that tension. So this next static Qigong, again more vigorous, but it's static Qigong, is gonna help work those problems out. Yeah, just through simple stretching and stuff like that. Okay, really nice simple ones. Yeah. So we'll go into them. I mean, as usual, first with the Qigongs, always breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. You can breathe out through the mouth as well. Every so often as well, you just swallow. So, because you're breathing, your throat gets dry, stuff like that. So every so often, you just swallow some spittle on the inhale, at the peak of your inhale, and you follow it down with your mind. It gives you something to focus on. I don't know if that makes any sense. All right, so let's go on to the next bit. All right. So yeah, again, guys, I put this on just because I'm always here shirtless, and I mean, some people have tuned in and gone, oh yeah, I'm always tuning in on this guy shirtless, and it's a bit dodgy. So but usually it's just to show the muscles and stuff like that. So we'll go on to the next. We'll go on to the next posture. This is very select. I know it's not for everyone, and it's more on the internal sort of longevity and health side. So yeah, but it's important. It'll help you with your martial arts and flexibility and stuff like that. All right, so let's go on to the next posture. So if you found out that you've got some issues, yeah, some alignment issues with that standing posture, so this is a nice one to start sorting these things out. Yeah, so as always, I'll start, and again, forgive me if you can't see my feet, but as always, hopefully you can see them maybe a bit. So you can stay by your wall if you want. So we start with the split posture, yeah? So you go into the splits, yeah? And your ankles, your toes are more or less facing forward. You don't have to be super strict about it, but yeah, when you start off, it helps to feet facing forward. The legs, so this is where we start assuming self-supporting postures. Now all our stances should actually be self-supporting postures. That's the point of stances. So I can stand like this, like literally you could put me here standing like this. Obviously I'm in the splits. I could stand like this all day. You could say, Brett, stand like that all day. I could do a video of me standing here for like literally all day like this, no problem. Yeah, because I self-support, the legs are in the ground, the muscles are not engaged, they're lengthened, and it's just my bone structure supporting me. Now here begins the essence of Qigong, yeah? Also yoga, Tai Chi, blah, blah, blah. This is the essence right here. It is the alignment of the skeleton, the training of the tendons, the flexibility, yeah? The kind of breathing and the nourishment. That's more the essence of Qigong than anything else, right? Than any energies or anything like that, okay? So yeah, this is always my number one first posture for Qigong. Yeah, now, some little differences for me, some little points that you might not get, is that you lean forward slightly. Yeah, so in all the systems in martial arts, they say your toes grip the floor. Yeah, and people try and always grip the toes with their floor, grip the floor with their toes, and you know, they're like, yeah. But if you notice one thing, if you stand like this with a straight leg and you just lean forward, almost to the apex of your lean, your toes naturally start to grip into the floor because your weight has shifted. Yeah, so this whole toes grip the floor thing is like, in my opinion, is like a mistranslation of someone trying to explain to you that you shift your weight forward. Yeah, and this unlocks a whole host of things. Now, I don't know if anyone's even listening, but if you are, you got this little gem here. So you push forward, your toes will grip into the floor, they'll splay out, they'll root, and this is the beginning of the standing posture, the first one. Yeah. Now your hands are here. Yeah, just to check that your hips are straight and one's not like this and one's not like that and you're not like this, because it's not going to work. It's just the good fit. Or you put your hands out like this and they can be out like this with the fingers. Yeah. And this is literally posture one. So you can stand like this, also with the hands like this to get things going. Oh, hold on, let me see what this is. If it's my little baby, I'll have to go. Here's the baby. We'll see what's happening with that. I might have to go now, unfortunately. But at least you got the first standing posture there. Unfortunately, I'll have to go. So yeah, this checks your shoulders and stuff by having the arms wide. Or you have them like this. You can have them up as well. Yeah, pushing up just above shoulder level, which also opens out the shoulders and the shoulder blades. Yeah, hands and feet there. feet and hands and ankles should line up in a straight line, yeah? And then you lean forward a little to your apex, which pushes your toes into the floor. Yeah, and again, you just breathe through this posture. It seems silly, hands can be like this. Me, I usually have my hands like this, checking the hips. Yeah, now, yeah, it's a little bit more contemplative on the dantian as well. I press the dantian into my palms. Yeah, and this is position 1, and you breathe through this, yeah? But you have to do all those points we were saying before, legs straight, toes forward, you lean ever so slightly forward. Then what you start doing is, on the inhale, you follow the natural breath. When you inhale, you lean, and you breathe, and when you exhale, you rock a little bit back, yeah? And when you inhale, you lean, and when you exhale, you rock a little bit back. So what I would say is you breathe in. At the exact same time, it becomes natural to lean forward, and the pressure on the forefoot and the toes increases because you're leaning forward. Yeah, and then as you breathe out, the pressure increases on your heels just a little bit as your weight relaxes, and it's this constant slight rock, this natural rock. Yeah. Now this also begins to work the tendon system in the legs, yeah, because so there's an old saying in Shaolin Kung Fu is like the movement in the stillness. So even in these standing postures, when you're standing and breathing, it looks like you're still, but there's actually this rocking going, this wave motion, where you're moving, you know, where you've got these internal aspects going on. But you see, they're not internal magic. It's literally, actually, you're doing something. Yeah? But hold on a second. I might have to... Ah, here we go. My little baby's woken up. So I might have to go and sort him out. Yeah, okay, so the posture one there has all those points, but it's simple. It's a simple posture, but there's all those points that'll help you make it even more beneficial. And that's just standing in the splits. But that's like I'm saying, that's where the Qigong begins. I was going to go on to some more ones. But now I think my little baby's woken up. Alright, well, look guys, I'm going to have to head off for now. Hopefully, if I close down this feed now, you can catch up with the beginning bit and you can see the first posture there. And if I manage to get this baby to sleep, I'll come back and we'll carry on. Alright, but anyway, look, thanks a lot guys. Try those postures. Hopefully welcome to 2022. The theme is going to be internal training and developing our sort of internal skills. But once again, internal doesn't mean I'm standing here and I'm thinking about magical energies. You know, internal is a physical internal exercises that we're doing by setting our spine, by aligning our body, by making subtle movements and changes in these postures. That's internal, that's the real internal training. Alright? Okay guys, well have a good one, thanks for supporting the channel, and I'll catch you around. Hopefully in a few minutes time.